Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Insta-reftaco, and today we're back with another video, and the last week of the season is here. It is week 18, the last week for 18 NFL teams. Season went by in a flash, the way every season does. And, yeah, we got 16 picks to make, quite a few important games, obviously. And, so let's get into it. Last week, I went 13-3. My total is 181-75. I was one off last week. Thought I went 9-7. I went 10-6. And it seems like I'm going to end the year with one perfect game. If they kicked extra points in overtime, I would have Broncos Bengals. But of course they didn't. So we're here. We got some great games to predict. And a lot of not so great games to predict. Let's get into them. You start off with the Browns going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. When you look at the Browns, it was terrible last week. The Dolphins are not a great defensive team, and you scored 3 points. DTR just doesn't look good in regular season games. Yeah, it just hasn't been good for the Browns ever since they benched Jameis, which I still have no clue why they did. And yeah, on the other side, you look at the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's playing out of his mind. You know, all those guys are playing out of their minds. Most likely they're going to be sitting, but I still trust the Ravens way more than I trust the Browns, especially offensively. I think that they'll still be able to put up some points. Give me 27-9 in favor of the Ravens. This will put them locked into the 3 seed. And, yeah, pretty big game for the Ravens winning this division. And the Browns, better luck next year. It's going to be a long off season. Then you've got the Bengals and the Steelers. When you look at the Bengals, you need a win here, and you need a Broncos loss and a Dolphins loss to be able to get into the playoffs. It's going to be hard, but you've been playing some great football. You won 4 straight. Last week was crazy with the T. Higgins catch and all that stuff. It was pretty cool. And yeah, you're clicking the way that you are at the end of every season. You're a tough team if you're going to make it to the playoffs. The problem is making it into the playoffs. Good news for you, this week you're facing the Steelers. Steelers have had some issues. Yes, it's 3 great teams, but you have not looked good these last 3 weeks. I think Fields should start, man. But they're going to stick it with Russ. Russ is all right. Offense is doing all right. They will be playing their guys even if they lose the division, because if they lose and the Chargers win, the Chargers will get the 5 seed. They'll drop to the 6. Either way, I think that the Bengals are going to win this game. They've won 4 straight. They're the better team here. Give me 31-17 in favor of the Cincinnati Bengals. Then on Sunday, we start off with the Panthers heading to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to take on the Falcons. When you look at the Panthers, It's been pretty decent for what was expected, especially through the first half of the year. Last week, you got smoked by the Bucs, which wasn't good, but that's how it is. With the Falcons, you need to win, and you need the Bucs to lose to make the playoffs. It's a pretty hard task. You were so close next week to just having to win this game and get in. That missed field goal really choked you. Michael Penix is looking good. I say he's looking good enough to give him another year. And, yeah, with that being said, give me the Falcons. 27-24. They'll be able to get the job done against Carolina. They will have to rely on Tampa to lose. I tried to make these all in order where, the games are more important as to go on. Anyways, yeah, give me Atlanta. Then you've got the Texans heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Texans, they will most likely be resting their guys. They're locked into the 4 seed. It hasn't looked great. It looked bad against the Ravens. You just kind of want to sneak into the playoffs, and, when you're in the dance, anything can happen. That's probably just their goal this year. But it's not looked good, especially without 2 of their best 3 receivers. Such what happened to Tank Dell. He's going to miss next year probably too. But it just hasn't been good for the Texans. When you look at the Titans, they're a number 1 pick contention. I think they're number 2. They would need the Patriots to win. Bad. It's bad over there in Tennessee. With that being said, give me the Texans 20-17. Even with the backups, I trust Davis Mills to get the job done. I really think he played decent in 2022 with the team. And, yeah, they're going to be able to get this win right here. Yes, the Titans beat them earlier in the year, but this Titan team sucks, and they want to tank to get the second pick and probably get Shador or Cam Ward, because not like the Patriots are going to pick one of them. Then you've got the Giants and the Eagles. When you look at the Giants, they got a really good win last week. It looked really good for the Giants for the future. I don't think that you're going to stick it with Drew Lock, obviously, but he played really well, and you can get that once or twice a year out of Drew Lock, man. On the other side, you look at the Eagles are not letting Saquon Barkley get this rushing record, which is stupid. They're going to be resting their guys, but the Eagles resting their guys is a lot better than the Giants starters. Give me the Eagles 24-16. It's going to be McKee the whole way. I like what McKee did against Dallas. I was at that game, utter domination. And yeah, I still just think that the Eagles are the better team here. Then we got the Jags heading to Indy to take on the Colts. When you look at the Jags, they got a win last week. It was 20-13. It was kind of ugly, but they were able to get the job done. You kind of lost out on the first overall pick. I don't know if you wanted to do that, but a win is a win, especially for a coach that's definitely getting fired. On the other side, you look at the Colts. You lost to the Giants. Speaking of a head coach that's going to get fired, you just lost to the Giants. There's a bunch of stuff about, there is no culture there. There's no need to win there. And that sucks. With that being said, you are playing the Jags. The Jags are 4-12, so you're going to end your season on a good note, 31-24. Colts offense still a good. Colts offense still scored 33, and they'll be able to put up a good performance against the Jags, one that is able to end with a W. Then it's the Commies heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I need Dallas to win this game so then the Eagles can play the Commies and not the Packers, because the Commies is such an easy first-round matchup. I don't care that we just lost them. Either way, you guys don't care. When you look at the Commies, good win, close win, the way that they've all been, but you were able to get the job done when it mattered most. On the other side, you look at Dallas. What a terrible organization Dallas is. And that's how it's always been. So, yeah, with that being said, give me the Commies 28-16. I think Dallas will put up a little bit of a fight. Not a good enough fight. And the Commies will be the 6th seed facing the Rams in the playoffs. The Rams clinch their division. Then you've got the Bears and the Packers. When you look at the Bears, the monstrosity that you made me watch on Thursday night. What happened? That ruined my winter break. That was the worst football game I've ever. I was like, I'm going to turn on some football. I need some football right now. And no, I didn't need any football. I thought it was the last prime game. It was terrible. Okay? It was bad. The Bears are bad. They need to blow it up. Try to build something. Caleb needs a lot of work from a coaching perspective. It's bad. On the other side, you look at the Packers. You lose to good teams. You win against bad teams. I still think that you're a pretty good playoff threat. If you win this game and the Commies lose, you get the 6th seed. But with the Commies winning, I don't think that that's going to happen. But I do have you winning this game 24-9. The Bears suck. They're going to continue to suck. And I will never respect the Bears again for what they made me watch on December 26th, 2024. Happy New Year, by the way. Then you've got the Saints and the Bucks. If the Bucks win this game, they're in the playoffs. If the Bucks lose, the way that I have it predicted, the Falcons will be in with the Bucks. They beat the crap out the Panthers last week. It looked really good. Bakers had 5 touchdowns. There was the duck on the field with the block punt for the touchdown. It was pretty cool, and that is a playoff threat. I think that they can knock off, Detroit or Minnesota, whoever loses this 8 o'clock game. But yeah, Bucks have been playing really good. Saints have not. You lost to the Raiders. You had the one cool flea flicker touchdown. And, it's bad over there. You're going to see the Bucks at full strength needing to make it in. Them and the Falcons game is at the same time. And I think that the Bucks will make it in. Give me the Bucks 30-7. The Saints suck. And the Bucks don't. So give me the Bucks. Then you've got the Bills and the Patriots. The Patriots in lone control of the number 1 pick. They just need to lose this football game, and they get Travis Hunter, or they get whoever they want, probably Travis Hunter. It's been bad for the Patriots. On the other side, you look at the Bills. They're a 2 seed. They're going to have to play one of Cincinnati or Miami or Denver in that first round. They're going to be resting their guys this week. But with that being said, rested Bills, I still think is better than fully strength Pats. 17-16 in favor of the Bills. I think that there will be some sort of tanking going on by the Patriots because, of course, you're going to do that so you can get Travis Hunter. But yeah, give me the Bills in this game. Yeah. Then it's the 4 o'clock slate. It starts off with the Chargers and the Raiders. If the Chargers win this game and Pittsburgh loses, which I have happening, the Chargers will move up to the 5 and play Houston, and the Steelers will drop to the 6 and play Baltimore. When you look at the Chargers, they will probably be playing most of their guys. They played great against New England. They did everything that they needed to do. Ladd McConkey killed my fantasy championships. What a jerk. But, yeah, on the other side, you look at the Raiders. When you look at the Raiders, they've won 2 straight. They've looked pretty good recently. They're going to end off on a hot note, maybe enough to keep AP even. Probably not. But, yeah, it's been a shaky ride, and I still think that the Chargers are going to win this game. Give me the Chargers 27-17. They've been playing great. They're going to play at full strength, and they're going to get themselves a dub here and the 5 seed, which it is much easier to play Houston, in my opinion, than to play Baltimore, so that is huge. Then you've got the Cardinals and the Niners. When you look at the Cardinals, they're out of playoff contention last week. They still played their heart out. Trey McBride, thank you, Trey McBride. I still lost, but Trey McBride was amazing. Finally got that receiving touchdown. But yeah, the Cardinals, I think they'll still be playing at full strength, minus James Conner, I believe, is not playing. But yeah, on the other side, you look at the Niners, played pretty well, at least offensively, against the Lions, and it seems like that's a common theme against the Lions. But, yeah, I think that the Niners, they played some good football, and I have it continuing. Give me the Niners, 27-24. They're going to be able to get this dub here, and, yeah, it's going to be a big win for San Francisco to close out the season, get on the right track, and that team, I still think, is going to be dangerous next year. They still have a ton of good pieces. Then you have the Dolphins and the Jets. The Dolphins obviously need to win and have the Broncos lose to make the playoffs. If that happens, it doesn't matter with Cincinnati. And they are playing the Jets, who suck. Jets sucked last week. It was 40-0. They put in Tyrod Taylor. Aaron Rodgers is done. Woody Johnson is done. Devontae Adams probably done. They need to blow it up, and we could have seen this coming from a mile away because it's the New York Jets. That's why. On the other side, you look at the Dolphins, playing pretty decently recently. I think that they'll have Tua back. I think that they'll be in a good groove, and they will get a win here, 27-20, do what they need to do, and now they need this game that I'm talking about next, the Broncos, to lose to the Chiefs. It's the Broncos, it's the Chiefs, as I said 2 seconds ago. When you look at the Chiefs, they're going to be starting Carson Wentz this week. They have the 1 seed. They're going to be benching a couple other key guys. But it is still the Kansas City Chiefs. This is still a 15-1 game. It's not like Andy Reid is getting a bye week. It's not like most of the guys on that defense is getting a bye week. And it's not like Spags is getting a bye week. I don't care that he's 70. He needs a head coaching job. The fact that that man has won this team so much based on his defensive ability. On the other side, you look at the Broncos. You need a win here. You've lost 2 straight, and you still look like a good team. Chargers are a good team. Jeez. You barely lost. Bengals are a good team. You barely lost. That throw to Marvin Mims was beautiful on the 4th down and the 60-yard touchdown earlier. But, yeah, with that being said, I love Carson Wentz. He won us a Super Bowl. I don't care how it ended. He won us a Super Bowl at the end of the day. But give me the Broncos, 24-20. They're going to be able to get this job done. Miami's eliminated. Cincinnati's eliminated. And the Broncos are going to get into the playoffs, and I think they deserve it. To be one of the worst teams projected in the league, they deserve to be able to come in here, get a playoff spot, and play the Bills in a game that I think will be more competitive than people think. The Broncos beat the Bills last year with Russell Wilson. So, yeah, give me the Broncos, though. Then it's the Seahawks and the Rams. This game became pretty useless because the Rams clinched the division with some strength of schedule things. When you look at the Rams, they won last week. It wasn't pretty. It hasn't been pretty on their offense recently, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the way that they're going to be able to try to ride this out throughout the playoffs. On the other side, you look at the Seahawks. It was bad. It was bad, the product that you put on the field. Luckily, you were playing the Bears, so even if you were the 31st best team last week, you were playing the 32, definitely. With that being said, give me the Rams 16-13. They're going to be able to win another close, low-scoring one. And they're just going to be able to ride this out into the playoffs. And we can see where it goes. You'll probably play the Commies. We'll see where it goes. Then, for the NFC's number 1 seed, the biggest game of the year, obviously, it's the Vikings heading to Detroit to take on the Lions. When you look at the Vikings, they're winners of 9 straight. They beat the Packers last week. They're playing amazing football. And, they are just playing amazing football. Sam Darnold is playing amazing football. They need to trade J.J. McCarthy, and they need to extend that man. On the other side, you look at the Lions. They've been playing some great football, too. Defensively, some struggles, but offensively, always are getting the job done. When you look at these two teams, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be close. It's going to be high scoring. But give me those gritty, those motory, those hard-nosed Detroit Lions. 34-31. They're going to become the number 1 seed. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I just restarted the Eagles channel. The link should be in the description. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. And I'm sorry I got this out on a Friday. It's just because there were games on Saturday. I didn't feel like getting it out on Wednesday or Thursday. It's really late Thursday night. I don't think I'm going to get it out. And, but there were no games on Thursday. So, deal with it. Peace.